Let's discuss the mechanics of dealing poker. And by that I mean we need to learn the manual shuffle, the pitch, which consists of the up and the down pitch, and check cutting. Also, we need to know the ranking of the hands. I'd like to begin with check cutting. Please get the feel of holding 20 units in the palm of your hand. And eventually, over time, you can feel whether or not you have 19, 20, or 21 checks in your hand. But that only comes with practice and experience. In order to cut checks, the fingers must go around the checks and the thumb must be on the side also. The index finger will be directly in front of the checks. And if I wanted to cut 3, I will count up using my index finger to cut 3 checks high. I would come back, drop, push up, and with the index finger lightly gliding over the previous checks, and push back again, come back, drop, push up. The index finger does all the work for you here. So again, the index finger will lightly glide over the checks. Cut, come back, drop. Push up, index finger again will lightly glide over the previous checks because this is now your guideline, 3 high. Index finger, push back, come back, drop. Push up, index finger again lightly across the previous checks. Push back the remaining checks in your hand, come back and drop. At this time, if I wanted to cut 5 checks high, the index finger again will be in front of the checks, and I would count up 5 by using the index finger. I need to come back, push up, index finger will lightly glide across the previous checks, break away, come back, and push up again. And this will be your practice guide from here on out. You need to practice cutting these checks every day, and it only takes time and practice to perfect this procedure. Let me demonstrate the manual shuffle at this time. The manual shuffle is used when tables don't have a shuffle machine. The manual shuffle always consists of a mini wash. The mini wash is usually 3 to 4 seconds long, and it's done in a circular motion. When you pick up the cards in poker, the cards will always face out towards the players. Give the cards a little jiggle, and that will help you to stand up the cards in the center. One finger will be on the right-hand side of the deck, and with the other finger on the other hand, just one motion, bring the cards down and bring them together. The shuffle will consist of 1 shuffle, box, shuffle, shuffle. Cut the deck in half, and with both hands, make a little cupping motion over the cards. Bring the thumbs together on the bottom half of the cards, elbows together, and then just slightly feather the cards through. When you watch your shuffle, you can see one card interlacing with the other. At this point, you need to stop here and then bring up the cards into a prominent V, so that way you'll have control over the deck. And then when you're at this point, please bring them straight. And here we are going to square the deck. In squaring the deck, you can use 4 fingers. Use the index fingers, bring them to the top corners, and the thumbs will be on the bottom. You will push in by using the index fingers and the thumbs in one motion. The importance of squaring the deck is to make the deck look like one card. It's much easier to shuffle. That's the one shuffle in this procedure. When you box, you need to pick up the cards with one hand and have a little shadow underneath. And this is as high as you can go. If you go any higher, you will show the bottom card to the player. With the left hand or your right hand, take at least 10 cards off from the top and place it to the side. And you're going to do this 3 times. With the remaining cards in your other hand, place them on top of the other cards. Again, you're going to square, because as you can see, the cards do not look as one. So with your index finger and your thumb, you're going to push down and glide across at the same time to make the deck look like one. At this time, we are now going to shuffle twice. Cut the deck in half. Make that cupping motion over the cards, the thumbs on the bottom. Bring your elbows in, the thumbs will touch, and lightly lace through one card at a time. And that is a perfect shuffle. At this point, bring the cards in tighter to a V, straighten them out, and again, we're going to square by bringing the deck together. It is important to square the deck so that everyone can see the top of the deck, the surveillance, which is the eye in the sky, and the players. We cannot square the deck by placing our hands over the deck to try to straighten them out. Just let me demonstrate. We cannot put our hands over the top of the deck to square the deck because we are covering the top of the deck. Squaring the deck will consist of using 4 fingers. The two index fingers and the thumbs will do that in one motion. And that is the shuffle. Now that we've learned the shuffle, I'd like to demonstrate the proper technique in cutting the deck, holding the deck in the hand, the pitch, which consists of the up and the down pitch. If you notice, I have my cover card right in front of the deck. This cover card cannot be any further away than 3 to 4 inches. If you have the cover card out here in front of you, you will be traveling with the cut. And if you travel with the cut, the players can see the cards. So this cut card is definitely too far away. It needs to be no more than 3 to 4 inches away from your deck. In cutting the deck, please cut at least 10 cards from the top. With one hand, pick 10 cards from the top of the deck and place it on the cover card. With the same hand, pick up the remaining cards and place that on top of the previous cards. Again, if you need to square the deck to make the deck look like one, we need to have the index fingers at the top corners, the thumbs on the bottom, and push down and across at the same time. I am now ready to demonstrate the proper way to hold the deck in the hand. If you are a right-handed dealer, please pick up the deck with your right hand and place it in the left hand. If you are a left-handed dealer, please pick up the deck with your left hand and place it in the right hand. I am a left-handed dealer, so I will pick up the deck with my left hand and place it in my right hand because I will pitch the cards using my left hand. But before I get into the actual pitch, I'd like to demonstrate the proper hold of these cards in the hand. If you notice, the 3 fingers are on the side of the card at the bottom, at the side of the deck. The index finger is in the front, and the thumb is placed on top. The corner of the deck is placed into the ball of the thumb, and this will create a little fan that you see on the side. This is the proper technique to hold the deck. It's at approximately a 45-degree angle.